Not at all. You don't need to be a believer, though I do encourage it. I can be the conduit through which her blessed energies will flow. Just follow the chant and it will work. But if you do wish to devote yourself, we can discuss that later. The tiles represent an allegory for the sun, Meridia's brightest light. We must recreate that allegory as you walk the tiles. Once complete, the lock should release.
This is actually really, really cool. Jokes on her because I am actually a follower of Meridia. Now, this is a really cool concept. So it resembles the sun somehow, and you got that over there. And, you know, this whole lore comes from... If you go and research ancient religions, you'll find that every single religion speaks of the light. Whether it's Buddhism with the rainbow body and the Buddhas of light, which are Amitabha Buddha, which are supposed to be the most evolved of the Buddhas, who literally leave their bodies behind and they become light versions of themselves. You go to Gnosticism, you find that there are the prophet of the Christian religion comes down after the resurrection as light. This is even in the canonical, in the regular studies, the whole transfiguration thing where this prophet becomes light. Now we're talking about mythology. Some people look at this as religion, so for some people it's very real, for some people it's just tales. What is it really? Now, if you keep digging into it, you find a religion, which is the religion of light, Manichaeanism. And all of these religions come from altered states of consciousness of these quote-unquote prophets who out of nowhere find this. They find themselves in these periods of transcendental experiences where they meet a quote-unquote angel, and this angel explains all of these things to them. Now, a lot of people with modern science and so on and so forth think that this worship of light comes from mainly just the idea of the sun, the worship of the sun, and how when the earlier humans, even going all the way back to the Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal and very basic cults in antiquity, they think it's just the worship of the sun, and how the ancient humans would look at the sun and the moon and would think they were some sorts of gods, and so on and so forth. But now, as I've said, I've been doing this research for a long time, and when you go deeper into all of these studies of transcendental experiences, of altered states of consciousness, of near-death experiences, you find that when people die and they come back to life, they come with the same story. And this is basically that they went to a different realm of existence. If you want to call it the void, if you want to call it the astral realm, if you want to call it oblivion, if you want to call it Ethereus, because these lores are basically a representation of a higher knowledge we all have embedded into us. And they speak of beings of light. They speak of a light that speaks to them, a light that is intelligent. So when I do this research in real life, I write and I do all of these things. But also, what I find in the video games, in the lores, is that there's always this force, this hidden force. If you think about Star Wars, the Force, indeed. If you think about whether it's Final Fantasy with Hydaelyn, whether it's World of Warcraft with the light, whether it's the Elder Scrolls with this concept of light, it comes out like it's trying to tell us something, whether through epic fantasies, through narratives, through folklore, through religion, through other states of consciousness, through mushroom trips, whatever you may want to see it, it comes back to it. So no, it's not as simple as modern scientists think. It's not a simple observation of the sun and the elements which made people hallucinate and make believe of these gods and goddesses. I think it goes way deeper than that. Now, if anybody's actually watching, I go into all of these rants because at some point I want to make videos out of all of this. I might not make them right now because I don't have time. Well, this is why I kind of go into the whole tangent and rants and so on, connecting the lores in video games with the actual research on the afterlife, analysis of consciousness, so on and so forth. I'm a huge nerd. It is what it is.
Now, listen to my cues. My lady's brilliance starts in the east, and we carry it north.
Wow. Starts in the east and we carry it north. So starts in the east, goes here. What a fantastic way to finish my whole rant about the light. So I'm literally carrying the radiance of the light. So if it starts in the east, I would go here and then I would go there. I think it's some sort of a mini game, it seems. I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly.
We then carry it south.
Oh yeah, I'm actually doing it. And you become the light. Okay, let's not mess it up. Carry it south. Absolutely fantastic. Really cool.
And finally, as the sun does, so do we carry the light west.
Light to the west. This is so bloody cool. As I said, people think it's just some sort of weird representation. It is in the ancient scripture. The prophet literally went to meditate in the mountains and it became flashing with light. His face became the light. It goes beyond.
Meridia, we did it. And look, it opened a portal.
Low-key, this is the coolest ESO expansions that I played. That's so weird. Okay. Return to Great Hall. Where am I going now? It's gonna just go to the main light, I guess. Bloody fantastic. Go to the light. Why do I keep carrying the light?
Now we can explore the Dawnwing to the east.
Oh, nice. We're gonna explore the other one. Hell yeah.
The ritual worked. Half of the ward is down.
Cool. That was a fantastic way to end up my rant about the light.